Hello and welcome everyone to the first new moon of 2022. Wow, that sounds weird. Feels weird. All those syllables to come off the tongue. But new moons are always a time for new beginnings, a fresh start, and then we have the start of the new year as well. Unless, of course, you follow the ancient calendar system, not the Gregorian calendar, because if you follow the cycles of nature, after Samhain, Halloween, that is actually the start of the new year. We did our last retreat at Samhain up in Ojai in California, and it's actually the witches' new year at that time. But we're going with the flow, and we're going to focus on new beginnings, new year, on this first new moon in January. So as always, if you have a candle handy and your journal and your pen, and certainly creating some privacy, as this is your time, your sacred time. We meet every new moon, and it's a wonderful time to ground in and set some intentions for the month ahead and get clear on what you want for the coming month and for the coming year. And as always, I like to start each session in gratitude. I have so much gratitude for those of you who are here live today, and for those of you listening in to the replay. It's just so wonderful to connect virtually, of course, every month. And my plan is to continue doing these and some other offerings as well throughout the year. So if you're all comfortable, settled in, light our communal candle. And let's find out about this new moon. So historically, women have always been connected to the moon, the feminine moon, with the waxing and waning and the full moon. It represents our life cycles, our stages in life as women. The new moon represents the maiden, and we think of the goddess Artemis. The full moon is the mother, the prime stage. We think of Selene. And then the third phase of the moon is the waning moon, Hecate, the crone. And these three phases are the pre-patriarchal great goddess or triple goddess symbols. So acknowledge that within yourself, knowing that we have these three phases that we live and grow into and shine and wane and wax throughout the month, and honor our emotions and rhythms like the moon. And as always, I like to start with a new moon poem. But today I have a mantra, new moon in Capricorn mantra. I welcome the new energies of this lunar cycle and all that it brings. I welcome the energies that are aligned with only my highest good. It's time to begin again and release the old of the past. As I cleanse my body from top to toe, I feel myself glow. I feel myself glow. All that is heavy falls away, and I'm left grounded in harmony, balance, and peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Capricorn New Moon tells us to be patient. Patience is the key. Taking baby steps, as my friend Mary Lynn always talks about, one step at a time, especially when we're focusing on new beginnings. Oftentimes we overdo it, especially at the beginning of a new year, and we want to achieve so much. But do you have a theme for this new year? Is there a theme that is running through right now? Something that you are looking at, achieving, wishing, feeling for this new year? Commit to what sets your soul on fire. This Capricorn new moon is also asking us to connect deeper to the natural world. This can be a call to earth-based medicine, spending more time in nature, yes please, healing involving nature, or looking at ways that you can support the planet or reduce waste. I'm so grateful that in my community, well, in Los Angeles actually, that we all are required to compost. Isn't that wonderful? We're all required to compost. I've been doing it for quite some time, but we're actually required now. It's a mandate that we compost. Capricorn wants us to look at ways we can live in harmony and balance with the world around us in order to live a better, more filling life and to heal the planet. This can be a good time to build a garden. I know a lot of you started building gardens at the beginning of last year, right? Plant some seeds or work with the earth's energies in some way that resonates with you. Again, baby steps. You don't have to heal the planet in one swoop. What are some ways that you can contribute to the earth's healing? Now is a good time to do it. Capricorn is an earth sign, symbolizing stability and associated with the ghost. And Capricorn wants us to look at all the things we've accomplished last year and how far we've come. When we're focusing on what we want for this coming year, before we do that, it's so important to look back at what we've achieved. And that gets us in a state of gratitude. There's a wonderful exercise, again, I'm going to mention Mary Lynn, that she asks us, it's you know, a lot of people ask us to do this, and we often forget ourselves, is to create a gratitude list, not only at the end of each day, but for the whole year. Look at areas of your life in which you're grateful, things that you have overcome, achieved in relationship, in your line of work, in relationship with your children, with your partner, in, like I said, in work, and ways in which maybe you've stood up for yourself, maintain boundaries or set boundaries. Very, very important. It's such a wonderful practice to get you into that gratitude before you look forwards. And yes, there's so much has changed in the last year. And we've been through so much, and we continue to go through so much. So Capricorn tells us to acknowledge ourselves and be grateful for the good and that we have, all the good things that we have in our life. Can also mean, this is important if you listen up, this can also mean recognition of others and the part they have played in our lives. I never forget Mr. Rogers and It's a Wonderful Life. This was a show in America that was happening before I moved here. But something that he would do, Mr. Rogers, and he would ask everyone, the children, anytime he was accepting an award, was to close your eyes and think of all the people that have helped you get where you are today. So why don't we just do that? I'm going to give you a minute. Close your eyes if you're not already, and think of all the people that have helped you get where you are today. Okay, let's do that now. Again. Giving praise and recognition or receiving in all the work that we do is wonderful, right? The truth is we often forget who has helped us along the way, and to see them in your mind's eye, what a wonderful place of gratitude to be in. On the flip side of this, if we're constantly waiting for recognition from others, we have to have it for ourselves first. Right? We should never have to beg for our worth to be seen. Let's start within ourselves. So Capricorn new moon, what can we wish for during this Capricorn moon phase? Future security, handling responsibility, reaching goals, success, recognition, management skills, authority figures, and releasing control tendencies. Capricorn rules the future, including time, making sensible decisions, maturity, our third phase of our life. And some of us even looking at how we might live our lives in retirement or renewment or refinement. Retirement is an ageist word. I'm changing that word to renewment. And responsibility, self-discipline, keeping commitments, public image, goals, following protocol, delegating responsibility, being in charge, and respect. And authority figures. The flip side of Capricorn is excessive control, which could lead to lack of joy, sternness, fear of new approaches, pessimism, inflexibility, and self-justification. As always, there's a flip side. So the qualities of Capricorn are wisdom, practical, thoughtful. So during our guided meditation, we're going to be focusing on preparing for the future. So you release all fears of growing old, and have the best time in retirement. Accepting responsible behavior, so you become willing to commit to those things that are in your best interest. And reaching goals and commitments, so you recognize and utilize opportunities when they arise and find yourself filled with the energy of ambition. So during our meditation, I want you to be thinking about welcoming yourself back home, back into your body, your heart, your bones, to be beloved to yourself. I'll read you something by Bridget McNeil. For it is this journey, the one of homecoming, that changes everything. How you grow, the choices you make, the connections you forge, the paths you walk upon, and the peace you allow into your flesh. It is from this place of welcome belonging that allows your heart to speak through you, your strength to be heard, and for your senses to feel safe enough to commune with life. It is from the tender, powerful, and brave place of self-love that we can start to live more fully. So welcome yourself back home, back into the haven of your heart. The world needs it. The earth needs it. You need it. So we're going to prepare now for our meditation. I know a lot of you have got your cameras turned off. That's fine. So some of you may want to lie on the floor or sit. The choice is yours. I will guide you through the meditation. If you have an eye pillow, even better. If not, that's fine. The author's name is Bridget Anna McNeil, and I will email that with the replay. So if you're ready, let's settle in for the meditation. Focusing in on your breath, filling your belly, bringing your breath all the way up into your heart, filling it with the expansiveness and love, compassion, And then exhaling. Two more breaths. Bringing in prana, life force energy, all the way up into your heart. And exhale. And one last breath in. And exhale. As we gather here today, honoring the earth in which we live on, our home, Mother Earth, that gives us all subsistence, and honoring all the elements. Air, fire, water, and earth. And with each breath, just letting go a little more. Letting go of any thoughts you may have so you can be present here, giving yourself this gift of presence in this time. Giving gratitude for all that have helped you on this journey, and for those who continue to do so. Maybe new relationships you may garner this coming month, ahead and year. And recognizing, taking baby steps. Recognizing that change is inevitable. And loving those around us. So they can fly and soar as we do ourselves. And creating a protection around yourself now. A circle of protection. You're in the inside of this circle. So this layer of protection could be stones, limbs of trees, earth, leaves, a body of water. You're on the inside of the circle. Any sounds or distractions you may or may not hear are on the outside. As we call in the directions and all the elements, the animal kingdom, of nature. For protection. Focusing on your feet, wherever you are. Sending a wave of energy from your feet your calves, backs of your knees, back of your thighs, your buttocks, spine, shoulders, back of your head, on top of your head, down through your arms, through the front of your body, front of your thighs, knees, shins, and through your feet, feeling that grounded energy. And let that circulate a few times. You could say to yourself silently as you touch point each part of your body. We'll do that for 3 rounds. Starting again with your feet, back of your thighs, buttocks, spine, shoulders, back of your neck, arms, through your chest, abdomen, front of your thighs, knees, shins, and feet. And starting again, and feeling that grounded energy. Each time you feel that wave of grounded energy, you relax more deeply, let go of resistance, and open yourself up to new possibilities. This Capricorn new moon energy is asking us or inviting us to see where maybe we have neglected to nurture our spirit. So keeping your eyes closed, Just ask yourself, where have you been putting your energy? Has there been anything that maybe you've been doing out of obligation or out of focus? We'll be able to journal about this afterwards, but for now I just want you to think. Where have you not been nurturing your spirit? And Capricorn New Moon reminds us it's time to put our effort into things that move us into the future. So have you been holding on to plans that keep you in the past? Maybe things you've been holding on to, any regret or fear that keep you in the past and stop you moving forwards. Maybe it's been waiting for some recognition from others. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it's having recognition for ourselves and not begging for it from others. We get that groundedness from this Capricorn New Moon, the archetype of the goat. A little stubborn at times, but grounded nonetheless. And then this last question is, Capricorn New Moon is asking us to put effort in where growth is desired, and putting focus on growth. So again, have you been holding yourself back? So as we prepare to come back to the room, thanking Mother Earth and all the creatures and plants and the elements, everything that helps support us. Giving thanks to Spirit and for all those who have guided us on the path. And as we embark on this new year in the sign of Capricorn, invite yourself back home. And invite yourself back into the space as we prepare to journal free form writing, no editing, just whatever comes out. This is the magical time. And when you're ready, coming back. Opening your eyes softly. And if you take your journal and pen, I will ask you the questions so that you can spend about 5 minutes each question. So recognizing that Capricorn wants us to move forwards and put energy and effort into things that we want, that will help us move forwards, such as ideas or plans for the future, putting focus on where growth is desired. And it is about desires and feelings that help us propel into the future. It starts with a feeling, and feelings like excitement. Go for those. Go for those goals, intentions that give you a sense of excitement. So the first question is, this Capricorn new moon is inviting us to see where we have neglected nurturing our spirit. So the question is, where have you been putting your energy? Is it out of focus, out of obligation? So where have you been putting your energy in ways that have been neglecting nurturing yourself? Maybe overgiving, not setting boundaries. We'll just spend 5 minutes journaling on that. And if you have been putting your energy into areas that have been out of obligation, how can you change that? Can you make a plan, a baby step at a time, to change that so that you nurture your spirit and put the energy into areas that nurture your spirit? Oh, the next question is, with this Capricorn new moon, it's time to put our efforts that move us into the future. So the question is, have you been holding on to plans that keep you in the past? Have you been holding on to anything that keeps you in the past, that prevents you moving forwards? It could be resentments, unfinished projects, relationships. What have you been holding on to that keep you in the past? Remember, the focus with this new moon is moving forwards. So we've got old energy that hasn't been healed or released, that will stop us moving forwards. So as you write your answer to this question, consider, you could write down the words and release those words after, by either burning that piece of paper, releasing it in water, releasing the words into the flame of a candle, which is called scrying. Any element that will help you release anything that is holding you back from the future. And the last question, are you holding yourself back? Capricorn reminds us that if ever there was a time to put effort in, it's now, where growth is desired. So where are you holding yourself back? Have you been holding yourself back? What areas in your life are you holding yourself back? And just another minute of writing. Then I have a group intention card that I always draw before we start that I'd like to read. So the group intention is burning for authenticity. The intention: I am unafraid of and unconcerned by what others think of me, because I am focused on living an authentic life. What matters most to me is my relationship with Source. In living a full and authentic life, I anchor my actions and decisions in deeper truth and wisdom that guides me towards peace, happiness, and prosperity. I will share that with the replay as well. So does anybody have a theme for this new year? Anybody picked? Yeah, it's a beautiful intention. Anybody picked any words that they can focus on for this upcoming year? Any words or any themes, or even something maybe that has come up, bubbled up in this new moon today? Nice. Some wonderful themes. Clearing and consolidating. Yeah. Love, celebrate, inspire, release, simplify, release, to receive. Yes. Mine is all about being purposeful and loving and authentic. So I laughed out loud when I picked that card about living in authenticity. It's wonderful to see your shares. So just a couple of reminders. The new moon is actually coming up in 34 minutes, so it actually will be at 10:33 a.m. On Pacific time zone, or 1:33 on the East Coast. I don't know what that is, but it's for you, Angelina, in Italy. But it's, let's see, 34 minutes from now. 34 minutes from now. So it is the most powerful time, 8 hours after the new moon, to write out your intentions. So use your journal prompts today as a guide, and write your intentions. Yes, okay, 1933. Write your intentions out within 8 hours of the new moon. And I'll be sending out emails to guide you during, as I usually do, during the month, as to when to read your intentions out loud, when to let them go, when to give them a little extra nurturing. There is a whole process involved in the moon cycles, in which you can really harness the energy of your intentions. We release them at the full moon, which is on the 17th. And the next new moon is in Aquarius, and it's January 31st. So we have 2 new moons in this month of January. But as that is a Monday, I'm proposing we do that on the Sunday the 30th. So we'll be a day ahead. So that'll be Aquarius, 9 a.m. January the 30th, which is a Sunday. So I thank you all for being here on this new moon, first new moon of the year in Capricorn. And I wish you all a wonderful day. Wonderful day, wonderful evening. and I hope you join next month. I'll send out the recording along with the intentions, and my cat is dying to get into the room. I can hear her outside. Good timing. So I hope to see you all soon in person, online, wherever that may be. And let's focus on the energy of this new year and be effervescent and grounded and joyful and peaceful and loving and authentic and purposeful and all that is for the upcoming months. Despite what is going on in the world, we can still harness some beauty, right? Yes. So have a wonderful day and drink plenty of water, move your body, and remember to be grateful. Bye, everyone.